Yo, 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 what's up, what's up, what's up? So I was just live earlier, you know what I'm saying? And so I kind of went in on Erica Von Doniken, Giorgio Tsoukalos, and Billy Carson. I'm kind of apologize. I want to apologize to all you guys for the quality towards the end. I had my iCloud uploading, so the video was actually kind of off a little bit, but the audio was still good, so the knowledge is still there. So like I said, you know what I'm saying? I've done a lot of research in the past, and I'm sick and tired of these people just saying things just to make some money. I'm sick and tired of these people making money just to be monetized, just to share it to you guys, the ignorant shit that they be saying. And I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. So I'm about to come at all these people's necks. I respect them all, but I don't like their language, their writing, the words that they're using, the knowledge they think they possess. They spend all day on the internet all the time and they ain't read not one single book. So I'm about to go in on these people. So I'm about to tell y'all, look, Jimmy Corsetti needs to do better. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to just spit the facts. Jimmy Corsetti needs to do better. He's a military guy. He goes through different places and shares different things and, goes on about his knowledge and all this, that, and the third and all this, that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to just tell you guys, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it because there are people out there who actually wants to gain this information. There are people who are actually wanting to understand our historical events throughout our lifetime as humans. And there are people like Billy Carson, Giorgio Tsoukalos, Jimmy Corsetti, and I can name so many other people that sit up there and say things that don't make any sense to me. This shit is mind-boggling. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Y'all done turned me into the evil man that y'all want to portray me as. I've had people like Dave from Dave's Multiverse, which he changed his name, which I knew he was already going to do that in the first place because he done gave me a heads up before that. When I told y'all he didn't like y'all, I meant that. He didn't like y'all. So I know that Dave from Mike and Dave's Multiverse, he done switched up too. This dude talked about Billy Carson a lot too. So I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of the lies. I'm sick and tired of all the manipulation. I'm sick and tired of all the people out there just trying to say things just because they feel like they think they know something and they don't. They really don't. You know what I'm saying? And I've gotten to the point where I try to keep it cordial because everybody, I've been told so many times, from people, what I'm saying, that hey, you kind of rough around the edges and this, that, and the third. Man, I don't give a damn about being a rough around the edges. I can tell you that right now because ain't none of y'all going to persuade me to be a nicer person. I'm going to be honest with you. When somebody's lying to me about the historical facts that I've researched, that I spent thousands of hours and, classes on and all this other stuff, and I get people out here sitting over here talking this nonsense that they speak, it's game on. Like matter of fact, it's on like Donkey Kong. I'm just telling y'all straight up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sick of it. So let me tell y'all a little bit. So Jimmy Corsetti, I respect him because he's a veteran. I respect all veterans. That doesn't mean I like you or dislike you. I just respect you. Okay, he's an investigator of lost ancient history. Okay, 1.7 million on YouTube, and he's a veteran. So that's his credentials. 1.7 million and a veteran. That's your credentials, bro. Matter of fact, hold up. Before I even go into your credentials, bro, let's go to my credentials. This is me right here, Journey Through the Origins of History. That's my book, bestseller on Amazon. I've been doing this for a long time. You know what I'm saying? You go through here, you're going to find nothing but sources on me, okay? The National UFO Reporting Center. I get all UFO reporting centers information. You know what I'm saying? I do videos on them. You see this little slight one. Yeah, I had to say this. This is what made me jump on live. Some of your favorite people on here are on here. They ain't about that knowledge like I am. They on the bandwagon. All they trying to do is get on the bandwagon. Hey, I drop a mythology drop every single day, what gives you everything that you could possibly think of about what I'm portraying. Of course, I use ChatGPT to create my artwork. What I've learned from Jeff Benner's books. I have a series on my website or my YouTube channel, what I've learned from reading these books, where I go over the books and read actually what they say in the books and then counter their arguments or even agree with them on that, right? I give out Did you know things? There were at least 3 popes of African origin in early Christianity. The earliest known as Victor the First. This is stuff that I just go over. You know what I'm saying? I just do this all the time. You're going to find, I had to do this. I had to do this because people talk shit a lot, but you got to watch that on your own. You know what I'm saying? Chariots of the Gods, that's the one that I just went over. That's what I did earlier. You know what I'm saying? I'm dropping knowledge about Inky. I share people's other stuff that do their due diligence. I know this individual right here. You know what I'm saying? We had podcast discussions. All you're going to do is just see me dropping knowledge. That's all you're going to see me is dropping knowledge, 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 dropping knowledge. That's all I do, right? That's all I do. Okay. But what I'm sick and tired of is individuals like this. Okay. I'm not trying to shit on you, Jimmy. If you listen to this, I ain't trying to shit on you. I'm just trying to tell you that you need to use your words, wisely. Okay. So he says right here, and this isn't the first person that posted it. He's just jumping on the bandwagon because I actually know who posted this first, but he don't want to give credit to that person. I know he's seen this shit, but he ain't giving credit to the person that actually shared this. And this is what is really, 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 really makes me kind of irritated and wanting to know, why do you do this? This was posted, okay, a 5,300-year-old bow drill rewrite story of ancient Egyptian tools. Okay. This wasn't posted by him originally. He is actually following the person that shared this. I'm not going to jump on that because I ain't trying to start no arguments between them two, right? But he took this individual's word and he put this out there, right? And he says, 5,000-year-old bow drill rewrites story of ancient Egyptian tools. And then he says himself, we've just found that the ancient Egyptians invented the bow drill 2,000 years earlier than we thought. No, bro, hold up. First of all, we ain't find out shit. You just found out this information. Your lack of knowledge and your due diligence and understanding how the pyramids were built was just that you just found out in 2026 that this had happened. This has been out for a long time, bro. You just not on up to par with your knowledge sharing skills like people should be, okay? At 5,300 years old, this prehistoric tool is older than the first pharaohs and the pyramids, so they say. Bro, so they say. Bro, you didn't even know this until 2026. So why did you add in there, so they say? I can't find people like that. I can't understand people like that when they're honest, when they're trying to be honest about their information. Bro, you just literally said that. So they say. You just found out. You just said the sentence before that. We've just found out. No, brother, I'm sorry, from veteran to veteran. If I was your staff sergeant and you was a specialist, bro, I would have ate your ass up when you said some stupid shit like this. And you know it. Straight the fuck up. You know it. You sitting here saying, no, it's 2026 and we still don't know how the pyramids were built. No, your ass don't know how the motherfucking pyramids were built. Okay. Because I'm going to tell you how they were built. Let me bring these facts to the table because I'm sick and tired of it. I'm telling you, I'm going to start making videos and going live and sitting here shitting on a lot of people because I'm sick and tired of this shit. Look, we do know how. This is what I said. Look, rebirth of the word. We do know it's just that the most people don't agree with it. Like you, Jimmy, you don't agree with this, okay? We've known for a long time. We've known since Herodotus. Complete works on my Kindle. This is my old Kindle, of course, because I have a new one right here. Hold up. I don't play no games. I don't play games with my knowledge, man. I got a Kindle Scribe right here. Okay? I got a Kindle Scribe right here. Okay? I have a lot of books and I have a Kindle Scribe. I got plenty. Okay. But you just sit here and said, we've just learned this. Herodotus said this back in his days. Okay. Hold on. Let me get to it. Look, it's from his book 2 version, the translation under the histories table of contents. Jimmy Corsetti, stop playing with people's emotions and actually share the shit that's supposed to be out there. Okay. Stop playing. It says right here, they worked in gangs of 100,000 men, each gang for 3 months. For 10 years, the people wore themselves out building the road, which the stones were dragged, work which was, in my opinion, Herodotus, of course, not much lighter at all than the building of the pyramid. For the road is nearly a mile long and 20 yards wide and elevated at its highest to a height of 16 yards, and it is all of a stone polished and carved with figures. The aforesaid 10 years went to the building of this road and of the underground chambers We been know that they had chambers underground. Like, what the fuck is people talking about? But I'm gonna keep it going. I'm so sick of it. All right. Man, I'm sorry. I'm getting kind of hyped because I'm sick of this. But the underground chambers in the hill where the pyramids stand, these the king meant to be burial places for himself, and surrounded them with water, bringing in a channel from the Nile. The pyramids itself was 20 years in the making. Its base is square, each side 800 feet long, and its height is the same. The whole is of stone polished and most exactly fitted. There is no block of less than 30 feet in length. Okay. This pyramid was made like stairs. All right. We know how the pyramids were made. Jimmy, I mean, come on, bro. Stop saying the stupid stuff that you're saying, man. Look, it literally says the pyramid was made like stairs with some steps and others tiers. When this is its first form was completed, the workmen used shortened wooden logs as levers to raise the rest of the stones. They heaved up the blocks from the ground onto the first tier of steps. When the stone had been raised, it was set on another lever that stood on the first tier, and the lever again used to lift it from this tier to the next. It may be that there was a new lever on each tier of steps, or perhaps there was only one lever, quite portable, which they carried up to each tier in turn. I leave this uncertain as both possibilities were mentioned. All right. I'm so sick and tired of people not following the actual text. If you want to argue with something, go to Herodotus' book, go to the book 2 version under the histories, and sit there and counterclaim his information. But let me keep it going. I'm so sick of this. Right? Then the next below and less of the base in the lowest part, there are writings on the pyramid in Egyptian. Okay, see, a lot of people say there wasn't no writings, but Herodotus' time, the Greek time, y'all listen to what I'm saying. In those times, there were writings on the pyramid in Egyptian characters indicating how much was spent on the radishes, onions, and garlic for the workmen. And I am sure that when we read the writings, the interpreter said that 1,600 talents of silver had been paid. That tells us how the pyramids were built, bro. Jimmy Corsetti, stop playing with these people's emotions. Just stop fucking with people and start sharing this information. I'm about to start going hard on y'all. Billy Carson, Ancient Alien Theories, all you guys, y'all about to feel the wrath of somebody who does their due diligence. I do my due diligence. I don't play around with this stuff no more. I'm sick of it. I've listened to y'all. I sat there and shared y'all, gave y'all information. I've been up here. I've been humble. I'm not humble anymore. I'm coming at your necks because I'm sick of it. If this book was written by Herodotus in that time frame, and he talks about how the pyramids were built, then instead of sitting here trying to counter and say, oh, this ain't true, look at what he wrote. Use your AI, use all the money that you have, because you said you have 1.7 million people on YouTube, so I know you making money. Do something about it. You literally, man, hold up. Y'all just don't know. This man literally said, it is 2026 and we still don't know how they built the pyramids. Yes, we do. We just don't have an agreed opinion on how they were built. So stop playing with people, man. I'm telling you, I'm about to go hard on y'all. So anybody that's out there saying that they know they got their knowledge and they doing their due diligence, y'all about to get the heat put on y'all, because I'm about to bring it out of you. I'm so sick of it. This is not even a game for me. You know what I'm saying? This is my passion. This is what I do. I literally sit here and read books all day long. If you go to my Twitter account, my X account, Rebirth of the WO1, which is Rebirth of the Word, okay, because of course they had to shorten it. You really do see that. Now, here we go. I love this. No, we don't. Sorry. Even with the academic circles, there are theories that seem plausible, but the consensus is still that we don't know, and even won't even ever know the details. I agree with you, Alexander. We've had plenty of conversations. You are an intelligent individual, but when the words using in the English form, because I know you're from Poland, bro. In English, we are very simple. In America, we are very simple. We use words to describe things in the most simplest form because, one, we're lazy as Americans, and two, a lot of people don't like to do their due diligence. So you're right. You're absolutely right. Even with the academic circles, there are theories that seem possible. I agree with you 100%. But to sit out and blankly say in 2026, we don't know how they built the pyramids is very, very minimum. Okay. Because you're saying that we have no ideas how we did that. We have no theories how we did that. We have no, I can say, interest in how they were built. We do. We absolutely do. Herodotus told us what he did. He is the father of historians. Anybody that from Alexander, Jimmy Corsetti, Billy Carson, me, anybody that considered themselves an historian, we would honor Herodotus because he is the father of history. That's what they put him as. And I'm not saying that he's 100%. Nothing, look, I'm going to be 100% with you. I don't think 100% that this is correct. Okay. Even though I shared this, I don't think it's 100% correct. Why? Because I'm still trying to figure out where Herodotus got his information from. And he got his information from written text. We've gotten his information from mythologies and traditional oral stories, which both in those mythologies and traditional oral stories are one and one. But honestly, we do know how the pyramids were made. Matter of fact, I'll make it very simple. Every man should know how to change a tire. Okay. That should just be the basic thing that a man should learn how to do. Right. We know how to change a tire, but there is only one way to actually do it. Right. There's only one way. There's theories of how people would do it. Right. If they don't know how to change a tire, they would say, hey, do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. But you have to go through the notions, the motion of taking off a tire. So let me put it like this. If I wanted to know who was the first individual who talked about the pyramids being built, guess who I'm going to go to? I'm going to go to this individual right here, Herodotus. Okay. And then my next question, of course, I won't get the answer to is be like, hey, how did you exactly get this information? He does say that right here. He says, hold on, let me bring it up. He does say that they were mentioned. You probably can't. Let me see if I can make it bigger so you can see it. No, that's not gonna work. So that's definitely not gonna work. But it definitely says if you go to the book, you know what I'm saying? It definitely says if I can try to, I can't. My mouse is not even showing up on here, so that's okay. But it definitely says that I leave this uncertain as both possibilities were mentioned. Okay, that's what he says. Okay, so what I'm basically trying to say is, let me see something. Let's see if I can make it bigger. Let me see if I can make it bigger. No, it's not. It's not going to make it bigger at all. So my point is this: when you're asking how something was done, go to the original source first. Okay, because a lot of people, I can tell you right now, 100%, a lot of people don't know about these books. Okay, a lot of people don't know about these. I have this on my Kindle. I've read it many of times. I've actually had to sit up here and try to, use AI and determine it. I don't have the money. I don't have the 1.7 million followers to have the money to go out there and buy all these AI and all this other stuff to prove myself whether I'm right or wrong. Right. I don't have the money to do that. Everything that I do is out of passion of my life. I don't brag about 1.7 million followers, 20,000 followers, because I do have about 21,000 followers on X, and I have about 100,000 on Facebook, but I don't talk about that. I don't bring that into my discussions. But if we're going to talk numbers, like you said, bro, I'm now nowhere near 1.7 million. And I can tell you what I make off of monetization that I just recently got was nowhere close to what you've made in the last couple of years. So if you have 1.7 million followers on YouTube, that tells me that you have enough money to buy a $15 AI and type this information that Herodotus said and see what it could create. Now, I'm going to do that, but I'm just not going to do it right now because I have other things planned. But I can tell you from my understanding, if I'm reading a book, I don't sit up here and say that we don't know. We do know. We do know. Take your emotions, take what you think you know, and just listen to what is being said from my two lips. We do know how. We know from Herodotus. He is the first person, only person that actually wrote it during that time frame. Okay. So we have to go off what he says. Okay. And we have to sit here and apply it to what we understand in 2026. This is what I'm telling you. I'm going hard on people like this. Alexander, trust me, I respect you a lot, bro. I love your information and I'm glad you understand. I'm not saying that this is 100% facts. I'm not saying that, oh, this is how the pyramids were built. What I'm saying is that is because I am a knowledgeable person and I understand that I have to go to the original text first to understand how these pyramids were built. I would go to him. I would go to Herodotus, okay, and I would read the book and I would read his books and I would understand what is being told. It is not just the fact that but you also have to read Freemasonry work. You have to read all these Masons information. Like seriously, I'm going over it in the future. Just follow me, pay attention to what I'm saying. I know I use words that strike people. I curse. I was in the military 13 years. Okay. I've been in combat 4 different times. I was wounded in Afghanistan. I didn't say, yo, there's a dude shooting over there. I said, yo, shoot that motherfucker back. That's what I was saying when I was in combat. So those are the words that I use. If you're emotionally involved with what I use, please don't follow me because I am going to sit up here and tell you and use the words that I know. I'm not going to sit up here and speak like I'm an academic. I'm not going to sit up here and speak like I got a college degree because I don't. I don't have a college degree. I just read thousands of books and I just share what I share. So Alexander, please follow him. He is a great individual. Post up your book real quick, Alexander, so everybody can see it because I love promoting your book, man. I don't have it on hand right now because I wasn't expecting you to come in here, but post your book so I can bring it up on here. Listen, I'm glad you really enjoy my conversation. I try to keep you. I'm a real ass person. Okay, I'm not the type of person to tell you, yo, that shirt looks good on you, homeboy. I'm gonna tell you that shirt looks stupid on you. You might want to change that. Yo, that fitted hat you wearing, that don't look good on you. Or hey, that car you bought, that ain't you. I'm gonna be an honest person with you. Okay, I'm gonna be as real as I possibly can be. Okay, and the reason why is because there's not enough of it. Everybody's putting on the show. Everybody's putting on a facade and clothes and everybody. The way you see me online is the same person you're going to meet in person. I've had people actually tell me that when they met me in person at these conventions and Comic-Cons and all these other stuff, they tell me, man, Rebirth, bro, Tyrone, bro, yo, man, I don't know why people don't like you. You're an honest individual. And I am. I'm going to tell you when you're wrong. I'd rather you call me and tell me I'm an idiot for believing in something than sitting up here and just saying, hey, bro, what can I say? No, tell me I'm an idiot. I mean, you know how many times I've been called an idiot in the military? You know how many times I've been called stupid in my life? That does not affect me. What it does to me is make me wiser because I've said this plenty of times. I learn better when people correct me rather than reading. And I know it's kind of double-edged sword. And the reason why is because when I read something, that's all I can go off of, right? That's the knowledge that I have. I can't read every single book out there. I can't read every peer-reviewed article out there. I can't do it all. So when people bring to my attention, hey, Rebirth, bro, that was dumb. You shouldn't have said that. And I'll tell you why, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, bro, you was right. And I'm gonna give you a shout out for it. And you know what? When I go live, I give them credit for it. Because if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I learn better when I'm wrong. And the reason why is because I don't want to say the same stupid shit that I just said prior. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sit up here and say the same stupid shit that I've heard that I said just 10 minutes ago, especially if I'm supposed to be doing my due diligence and my research and then coming back and sharing it with you guys. So what I'm telling you, and I don't mean this in no disrespectful way, Jimmy Corsetti, trust me, bro, I've been trying to get at you for a minute. I'm telling you, stop using those words that you are using and pay attention and use them wisely because we do know how the pyramids were built. The only problem that we have right now is we don't have the actual 100% identified facts for it. We can't go back. If there's a time machine, we could go back in time and say, yo, look at that. Matter of fact, you know what? I got my PS5 right here. Okay. and I got my PC right here. I got games on both of them. I have the game from what's that game called? Shit. Damn, man, what is it called, man? Dang, that Assassin's Creed, that's what it's called. I have the game Assassin's Creed, The Origins. I have when they actually had that game in Egyptian times. And I promise you, in the next few days, I will load that game up on my PS5 because I took it off a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? I played it and beat it. They actually have depictions and workers on building these pyramids, not the pyramids itself, but how they use these levees and ropes and all this stuff is part of the game. Okay, when I play video games, I play games that are educational in some sense, right? How can I get more knowledge in it? And I'm telling you, as a person who has done their due diligence, I'm 42 years old. Okay, I've been around the block plenty of times. I died and came back to life, literally. Okay, I was wounded in combat in Afghanistan. I was considered dead for 30 seconds until they revived me. I have an outer body experience. I've had these visions that Ezekiel and Jacob has spoken about and all this other stuff. I have this knowledge that I don't care to keep secret. All I want to do is share. So all I want to do is tell people, look, when you read something from somebody like this, Jimmy Corsetti, we've just found that the Egyptians invented the bow drill 2,000 years earlier than we thought. No, stop saying we and just say, I didn't know that. That's all you got to say, bro. Be a man and just say, yo, I didn't know that. I just found this out. And when you, now that you found it, don't sit there and try to dismiss it and throw it under the water and, you know, be up there and be like, so they say. No, bro, it's not what so they say. Okay. It's not what so they say. It literally, I'm telling you, he literally said this. He literally said this. So they say. So why in the hell did you post it so they say that? What are you trying to do? It's engagement. It's how to make money. Okay. Look, 106 people reposted this. 992 people liked it. 58 people put it in their bookmarks. And he is not the first person that said this shit. Okay. This was just posted by somebody, I want to say it was somebody that actually dislikes, two people that dislike each other. Shoot, I can't even remember her name. But she's an older lady that's actually an Egyptian archaeologist, right? And she actually posted that. So I know for a fact he got that information from her, right? But let me tell you, straight up facts. It's 2026 and we still don't know how the pyramid's built, bro. I'm sick of it. Read Herodotus books. Like I said, I'm gonna start going hard on people. I'm about to go in. I'm just like this individual said, keep being real. We need everyone's point of view to see what's actually going on. That's not anything against Jimmy either. Don't listen to one or the other person. Listen to everyone. I agree with you 100%, bro. This man plays music. I like his information. Yo, listen. You don't have to be right in everything. You just got to want to learn. Until next time, everybody, like I say, knowledge is power.
Got a little hype now, can I let it die down? I remember days in the trench. Time to go hard in, time to go all in, time to get my all to this shit. Panamera maxed out, first class flights out Atlantic to Pacific, yeah, it's lit.